Silver Linings Playbook is a 2012 romantic comedy drama film written and directed by David O. Russell. It is adapted from the novel The Silver Linings Playbook by Matthew Quick. In the film, Pat Solitano is released from a mental health facility after being treated for bipolar disorder for around 8 months. Pat attempts to see the good, or the silver lining, in all that he experiences. However, he is insanely adamant on getting his life back on track with a newfound positive outlook on life so he can reunite with his estranged wife, Nikki. She had moved away and obtained a restraining order against him after an extremely violent episode of his. Pat had found his wife in the shower with the history teacher from his school and nearly beat the man to death. This event was crucial to Pat's character. Pat meets the other main character at dinner with his friend Tiffany Maxwell. Tiffany is a young widow who is suffering from depression. Pat and Tiffany are immediately attracted to each other and they share an insensitive way of speaking which often makes others uncomfortable. However, Pat is not pursuing Tiffany and is still determined on reuniting with his wife. He is afraid of being associated with Tiffany's past as she lost her job for having sex with multiple coworkers.
Sort of how you are. It's fine.
In my chosen scene, Pat and Tiffany are on a date at a nearby diner. Pat rudely asks Tiffany why she had been fired from her past job and she explains. After her husband died, Tiffany became clinically depressed and also became addicted to sex, which she demonstrated through her multiple affairs with many of her coworkers. When Pat hears this, he tells Tiffany he does not want to be associated with her because of her promiscuous past, and Tiffany obviously takes this to offense. She has an episode and storms out of the diner, and Pat follows her, but she accuses him of harassment when he tries to apologize and explain himself. Pat begins to panic and hears the dreaded song that Nikki had cheated on him with.
Oh my god. Oh, you're killing me. You know what? Forget I offered to help you. Forget the entire fucking idea. Because that must have been fucking crazy. Because I am so much crazier than you.
Keep your voice down.
I'm just a crazy slut with a dead husband. Forget it!
Shut the fuck up.
You shut
Tiffany!
up.
Hey, Tiffany!
Slow down, Raisin Bran.
Hey, come on. Look, I don't think you're crazy, all right?
Yes, you do.
No, I
you
don't.
told your therapist that you were in a superior mental illness category, and he didn't.
Hey, calm down. Hey,
Just leave me alone.
can I just explain myself, please? I didn't want Nikki to think that I was associated with that kind of sexual behavior because I've never done anything like that, okay?
You may not have experienced the shit that I did, but you loved hearing about it, didn't you? You are afraid to be alive. You are afraid to live. You're a hypocrite. You're a conformist. You're a liar. I opened up to you and you judged me. You are an asshole. You are an asshole. Get off me. Get off. You're harassing me. He's harassing me. Get off.
Man, take it easy.
Dude,
Relax.
He's harassing me.
bro, get off me, dude.
He's harassing me.
Hey, stop. Back off, all right?
Fuck you up. Go home.
Shut up, please. Stop it.
What are you doing? Come on, what are you doing? What are you doing with these kids? You're gonna be a punk on Halloween with these kids? You wanna go back to Baltimore? Is that what you wanna do? Come on, Solitano. What do these kids do to you?
Hey, I'm begging to go back to Baltimore. You know that, right? What's the matter with you, huh? You're just sick.
It's the kids. It's the kids. Honestly, he didn't do anything. It was all the kids. They started it. He didn't do anything.
The casting choices for the film adaptation were essential in making the movie as successful as it has become to this day. Pat Solitano is played by Bradley Cooper, a very well-known Hollywood actor. In the scene, Cooper is wearing a typical gray sweatsuit that not only justifies his newfound love for exercise, but also represents his carelessness for the rest of the world except for Nikki. On the other hand, Tiffany Maxwell is played by another well-known actress, Jennifer Lawrence. She is extremely popular in the Hollywood scene because of her hilarious personality, but also her talent for dramas, which is perfect for Silver Linings Playbook. In this scene, she is dressed in all dark clothing and all dark makeup, which I believe O. Russell did strategically to represent her clinical depression. This intelligent choice of casting and wardrobe benefited the scene overall. In this important scene, there was no background music. Nonetheless, there was a significant song that is referenced throughout the film which differs from the novel. The novel specifies a song, or even the mention of the saxophonist named Kenny G would send Pat in a downward spiral. However, in the film, the director changed the song to My Cherie Amour by Stevie Wonder. I believe this change in the soundtrack was an improvement to the overall plot of Silver Linings Playbook because of one main reason. The song has sentimental lyrics unlike the instrumentals of Kenny G, which has high potential to trigger anger in Pat because of the memories associated with the song and the lyrics. The scene takes place in a 50s looking diner that is located at a walking distance from the character's neighborhood. The simplicity of the plain furniture and background from the first part of the scene allows the audience to direct all of their focus on Pat and Tiffany's conversation. In my opinion, this aided the intense feeling of the scene, so it was a smart setting choice made by O. Russell to appeal to a Hollywood audience. In the second part of the scene, the atmosphere of the crowd surrounding Pat and Tiffany also keeps the main focus on the two struggling characters throughout the scene and furthers the climax of the scene where Tiffany accuses Pat of harassment. This also enhanced the dramatics in the scene. As the scene progresses, the camera angles differ. During Tiffany's monologue, the camera angles progress from close to further away from her face. The scene starts off with a close-up on Tiffany's face when she is speaking quietly. As she gets louder and throws everything off the table, the scene progresses to a full-body/long shot. In addition, camera angles are also used to enhance the dramatics of Pat's role. The camera then advances into another close-up on Pat when he begins to have a breakdown. I believe these angles benefited the scene and advanced the plot. Examples of the Jungian theory could be applied to my specific chosen scene. In Tiffany's collective unconscious, her violent shadow emerges when she is set off by Pat. Her aggressive animal instinct takes over, as we can see in the scene, through her episode in the diner, the vulgar language she uses, and the violent and physical behavior towards Pat. However, we also see signs of Tiffany's mental function of feeling in the conscious when she feels pity and remorse for Pat when she sees him breaking down. As well, Pat seems to be aware of his personal unconscious in this scene through his repressed memories that have resurfaced. Memories in his unconscious that Pat has continuously tried to forget reappear when he hears his wedding song play, because this was the song that was playing when he found his ex-wife cheating on him. In his collective unconscious, his positive persona that he has tried so hard to keep up drops, and his emotions begin to take over. Although this scene did not occur in the novel, I believe it was an amazing interpretation because the director made changes to appeal to the modern and young audience. In this scene, especially, excessive vulgar language was used, such as sexual references and swear words, to enhance the intensity of the argument. By doing this, O. Russell lures in a young adult/teen audience. Along with this, the use of more sarcasm and humor was effective in attracting a more modern audience. The blunt way that the director has made Pat and Tiffany speak to each other, not only in this scene, but throughout the film, allows teens to relate and made the film more enjoyable than the novel, in my opinion.
The only way you can meet my
Crazy was by doing something crazy yourself. Thank you. I love you.
This scene did not occur in the novel but was very significant to the most important points of Silver Linings Playbook. When Pat and Tiffany are exposed, viewers are able to see clear signs of both of their mental illnesses, which allows the viewer to also understand why they are the way they are. Tiffany's irrational behavior and violent actions demonstrated when being verbally attacked by Pat shows how insecure she is about her past and how this affects her depression. In addition, Pat's weak side is shown when he hears his wedding song play, triggering the beginning of a breakdown displaying signs of his bipolar disorder. In my opinion, this scene was beneficial in furthering the plot because it displays both of the main characters in their prime vulnerability.